Gender-based violence refers to any act that is perpetrated against a person's will and is based on gender norms and unequal power relationships. Domestic violence in Kenya constitutes any harmful behavior against a family member or partner, including rape, assault, physical abuse, and forced prostitution. According to the Integrated Regional Network, South Africa has the highest statistics of gender-based violence in the world. In Kenya, gender-based violence statistics show that women are the overwhelming majority of victims. Gender-based violence practices include violence against women and girls, violence against lesbians, gays, bisexual, transgender, and intersex people, intimate partner violence, sexual violence, domestic violence, and indirect violence. On Sunday, 26th October 2021, DCI officers arrested a murder suspect, Daniel Waithera, who is said to have killed his friend Michael Mukami after an argument over who was to pay for fare after a motorbike ride. Upon arrival at their destination in Mudangari, the two passengers started arguing about who was to pay for the ride. The suspect then dashed to his house and came back wielding a sharp knife. He stabbed the deceased on the left side of the neck and took off, leaving him for dead. Jacqueline Karemi recalls the day in April 2021 when her partner of nearly a decade accused her of having an affair and attacked her.
We wrestled. He was trying to strangle me and pull me back to the bedroom so that he could lock the door. But I managed to get out of the room. He wanted to push me off the 5th floor. I hit him. Then he started slashing my face and head with the Maasai sword.
Her case was among more than 5,000 reported cases of gender-based violence in Kenya over a period of 1 year. Kenya's women's rights campaigner Vivian Mwende, who is also a counselor at the Federation of Women Lawyers Kenya, says majority of the cases go unreported.
Reporting will either cause shame. I'll fight with my parents. Another thing could be that nobody will believe me because this person is a reputable, could be a chief, could be anybody. So this person is reputable in this area. So a lot of trust has been lacked, especially with the reporting system, because people really, most of the victims believe they are not going to be heard.
Rekol Mwikali, the organizer of the Grassroots Human Rights Defenders, holds open forums to encourage gender-based violence victims to speak out.
The reason why we're having this fellowship is to try to bring more women human rights defenders and activists and feminists that are able to talk against any form of violence against women and girls and any form of violence when it comes to human rights violation.
Gender-based violence response in services include medical treatment within 72 hours of incident, psychosocial support, provision of physical security, and provision of safe spaces and legal assistance. In June 2021, the government of Kenya made a valiant decision to end gender-based violence, including sexual violence, by 2026. When making the announcement, Kenya promised to intensify its campaign to end these violations by undertaking a series of these 12 bold commitments. Full implementation of gender-based violence laws and policies by adopting a gender-based violence indicator in the government. Investing $23 million for gender-based violence prevention and response by 2022 and increase the resource allocation up to $50 million by 2026 through a co-financing model. Approve and implement the International Labour Organization Concession 190 on eliminating gender-based violence and harassment in the world of work by 2026 in close partnership with the private sector. Introducing a module on gender-based violence in the 2022 Kenya Demographic Health Survey to strengthen the utilization of gender statistics in informing the design, scale-up, and evaluation of female genital mutilation and gender-based violence programming. develop a gender-based violence management and information system by 2022 to strengthen gender-based violence prevention and response programming. Invest $1 million annually for gender-based violence research and innovation to boost evidence-based programming by 2026. Integrating gender-based violence services, medical, legal, and psychological support services into the essential minimum package of the universal health coverage by 2022. Establishing gender-based violence recovery centers and shelters in the 47 counties by 2026. Establishing a gender-based violence services fund through a co-financing model in partnership with private sector, civil society, and other stakeholders for economic empowerment of gender-based violence survivors. Gender-based violence prevention and response in crisis situations such as COVID-19 pandemic, humanitarian context, and electoral-related gender-based violence. Strengthen collaboration with non-state actors, including CAL-led private sector through coordination structures at the national and county levels. And lastly, adopting and institutionalizing the multi-sectoral Global Environment Facility leadership structure comprising the National Advisory Committee, the National Steering Committee, and the county leadership structure to guide the implementation of Kenya's global environment.